Good evening and welcome to another night of, let's say entertainment. Really, my point. You know my points with ghost hunting and spiritual things. You should know me by now. I'm a bit of a skeptic and about ghost hunting and stuff. And I've got Scott Lee Barrow here, and he's a ghost hunter on a TV program. We're going to talk about Ghost and how he got into the program and everything. I find it very difficult to believe in ghosts, but let's listen to Scott, shall we, and see what he says. Hello, Scott. How are you?
Hello, Steve. How you doing, mate? Hi,
All
guys.
right.
Hi, everyone.
Mate. I'm okay, mate. Jayleen's not here tonight. Uh, she'll be back probably end of the week, so she's quite busy at the moment, Jaylee is. So anyway, what made you go into ghost hunting then?
Well, Steve, it started really when I was a little kid, about 5 or 6. I had a really strange experience. Now, I've always been into the paranormal. It's my passion. It's my life. I just love the paranormal. But when I was a kid,
Yeah,
I used to stay around my nan and granddad when they
right.
was alive, and I used to stay around there of the weekend because where we were little kids at school weren't allowed around there in the week. So that's what we used to do. And while I stayed round there of the weekend, they would have the China doll
Right.
on a bureau cabinet, which was I would stay between my bedroom and the toilet. Now, I would hear voices, bangs on the wall, scraping, like footsteps outside my bedroom, and it terrified me. You got to bear in mind I was only between 5 or 6, and that scared me. Now,
See,
there's
that's,
one.
that's what gets me, see? That's something that scared you, okay? So why did you stay, if that scared you, why stay in it?
As I was about to say, uh, basically, what happened, to cut a long story short, I wanted to go to the toilet one night, and I was so scared to even put one foot out of my bedroom. I actually did, and I obviously went to the toilet. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, saying that, it was roughly about that sort of time, and I knew there was something strange about these China dolls. So what I did is I actually caught it looking at me. It literally went like that and looked at me, and I caught it at the corner of my eye, and that scared me so much. I picked up the thing and I threw it down the stairs, and it obliterated all everywhere. Obviously, I got told off by my nan, and I got grounded and all that palaver, and it kind of followed me to my home, and all the stuff that I was experiencing at my nan and granddad, I was now experiencing in my own home. It kind of followed me,
Right,
so to
okay.
speak.
Okay, so it followed, so what happened in your nan's place, the actual spirit or whatever it was, actually followed you back to
Yeah,
your home,
it did, yeah. Which,
and what happened?
which it then terrorised me for 2 years. I lost a lot of sleep. I was terrified to go to sleep. Or I was just scared with this, and I just couldn't. I was scared of the dark. I was scared to go to sleep,
Right, okay.
and that happened for 2 years. I felt like a strange. like feeling on my chest. I was getting nightmares. I was like feeling that I was getting energy drained from me. I couldn't do anything, and it was a horrible, horrible experience.
Scott,
Which,
but the trouble is, people's probably listening to this now, and they're probably thinking, well, if you've gone through all that, you should stay away from it.
well, I never had nobody that I could turn to
Right.
back
Okay.
in them days. Not many people really were into the paranormal or did ghost hunting or anything like that. They did, but not as much as what they do now.
Right.
I, how can I put it? I made it my mission to later on in my life to help people that suffer the same things that I did and help them, which is what I do now. I help people with paranormal problems, so to speak,
Right. Okay.
hauntings and things like that.
Right.
And I like to try to help them because nobody helped me when I went through it. That's why I stayed into it. And secondly, I am very much a big believer in the paranormal, and I love the paranormal, which is another reason why I stayed in it. If that
Right.
makes
Okay.
sense, Steve.
It does. It does make sense. But coming from me, I'm a bit. See, the trouble is me. I'm a Christian person, all right, and for me, I'm a skeptic. Okay. I do believe a little bit, but not much. And when Jaylee was telling me about her house that was haunted, and I've spoken to not just you, I've spoken to a few guests on my show, and they told me things as well. I'm starting to believe a bit, not all, but believe a bit. I'm just finding it very confusing why such a person like yourself who's been through quite a lot, you know, when you was a child and everything, and all of a sudden you wanted to carry on with the paranormal. Is it because you were kind of like intrigued into it?
I was, Steve, yeah. It didn't just start from there. That's the very beginning of it. But
Right.
when I was a little boy going into my teenager years, if you can imagine being in a room with your family, like say 3 or 4 members of your family in one room in one house, then all of a sudden a fifth person turns up, and you're thinking, "Oh, who's this person that's just walked in?" But only you can see them.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I had a lot of that when I was very young as well, and I learnt to adapt to it, and I also learnt to respect them as well. And I just, like you said, absolutely right. I was intrigued about what was going on within my life. Why
Yeah.
was I seeing these apparitions, so to speak?
Yeah. 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 So so let's move on a little bit. So you come from a youngster, gone into your teens, and what made you do it for is it an hobby you do it for, or is it your job?
It's my job now. It was a hobby, which is now turned into my job.
Right. And how many places have you been ghost hunting, say, or been
I've
dealing with?
been, as I said, into the paranormal pretty much all my life. I've been into the paranormal ghost hunting 20 plus years. I'm also a psychic medium, and I love nothing more than going ghost hunting. I've been to loads of places in the UK. Some that are like indoor places where you can like rent it out for the night and go ghost hunting, like
All
for example a pub or hotel or something along that line. And I've also been to like places like ruin, battlefield, and stuff like that.
right. Okay. What's the So you've been through all that, and um, and your programs, do they actually go on to television then? Are they?
Yeah, what's basically happening is I'll introduce you all to, excuse me, I will introduce myself to you all betterly. My name is Scott Bauer. I'm a paranormal investigator and a psychic medium, and the host of my show called Ghost Trackers UK. And yes, we are going to be going on to the TV very soon. We are the newest team to go on to TV. We are going to be going on a channel on Sky called ID, which is formerly known as Investigation Discovery. And I will be having a full season on there where you can see me doing my ghost hunting.
Right. Okay. Okay. Because my wife, see, I'm not very much into it. My wife is. She loves it. She listens to it on Really, on Really on Sky, and she's always into it. Now, I was speaking to somebody the other day, but I can't remember. Someone from Urban Adventures. I can't remember his name. Richard from Urban Adventures. I had
Not
him
quite,
on.
not quite
Yeah.
sure what one you mean.
Yeah. Well, there's a. He does some urban adventures, and he does with paranormal and all that lot. And and I was saying to him, like, you got to be so careful with paranormal because, there's some people who do programs like paranormal, um, who are fake. I'm not saying you are fake, and I'm not saying that you're going to be fake. I'm saying that people in the past who's done shows, no names mentioned, have been found out that they've been fake.
Absolutely agree with you. Unfortunately, in our line of hobby or business, if you want to call it a business, there have been known people, say no names as you put it, have been known to fake it. And unfortunately, it's put the true people that are really, really into it and really do want to show people a good
Yeah,
paranormal show,
yeah,
they unfortunately have put us down to shame.
that's it. Of
And
course,
not
and that's
all of
what,
us
yeah,
are like that. We are 100%
yeah, genuine. Yes, of course you are.
genuine.
But, but what I'm trying to say is like,
Oh no,
you know,
absolutely no. I know you're not, my friend. No
yeah, yeah,
problem.
it's like most. Right, let's say it. It's like most haunted, right? You're
Yeah,
Derek, you're Derek Akora, right? Nice guy. At the end of the day, what happened to him? He kind of like he got found out on most haunted. You know, it should be most haunted should be scrapped. It should be taken off the television. It's not, it's fake. I say it to my wife. I say, oh, it's so fake. But the other programs, yes. But most haunted now is, it's
the
a bit.
only thing I can say on that one is each is to their own. Uh, some people will still like them and follow them, and some people won't.
Oh yeah,
It's
of course
just
they are. Yeah,
each to their own at the end of the day with
yeah,
that situation.
yeah. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Anyway, Scott. So anyway, so you're coming to the teams, and what? Tell me the places that you've been to that's been really interesting.
I can tell you a few places. I
Okay.
can't really say Well, I can say a little bit, but not too much about the places I've been to on the show. I will say that there was one place that I did go to called Cannock Chase. I don't know if you ever heard of that place.
I no,
That
not no.
I do believe, and that place is haunted by black-eyed children, witches, UFOs, werewolves, and dog man. It's got the freaking lot. Now we went along and did a episode there, and we investigated it, and that was pretty creepy. Now, don't get me wrong, I am a big believer in it, but you look at some cases like werewolves. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying they're not real, not saying they are real, but there's some things about some paranormal claims that you tend to think, yeah, is that real? But
yeah,
we went along, we investigated it, and I had a banging time there, and I really did enjoy it. That's
yeah,
one place that is very active.
yeah, yeah. Stacey O'Rourke said, "Hello, Stacey. Good evening. I had a very bad experience with the paranormal. If you did trust me, you wouldn't forget it. Sherry Whiteley, my brother-in-law is a psychic medium. It's all there to get used. That program, it's all scripted. Yes, of course. There you go. So anyway, so you've been to some places. Now, have you ever been attacked or anything?
Years ago, when I had the experience with the haunted doll, but not so much now. I have not been attacked once since I've
All
been
right.
going ghost hunting, or even on my show. I've seen other people on the show with me that have been attacked. They've been attacked, but I haven't, thank God. But sorry to hear the people that have.
Yeah, yeah. It's really not good. Um, so a lot of people will say ghost hunting is like the occult. What do you
It's
say about that? The occult.
a cult.
Yeah,
No, it's not. No, ghost hunting is, or it is safe. It can be dangerous if you don't. You got to have a bit of knowledge about safety and all that. But no, it's not. It's not nothing to do with the occult or anything like that. It's nothing bad. It's just something that a lot of people like.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. So, um, when you do these places, how many people do you have in a team?
There's three of us in our team.
Right. Okay. And what's their main jobs then in the team?
Well, starting with myself, I am the host, paranormal investigator, lead, and also a psychic medium. Then there's my cameraman, Scott Lay, does all the camera work, and he's also a trance medium. And
Right.
there's also my other friend, Kerry Lee Wetron. She's a spiritual witch,
Right.
and she
Okay.
helps me to investigate a lot.
Right. Okay. So explain to me then about Kerry's job as a witch.
Well, she's mainly there to help me to investigate the paranormal. Yeah, excuse me. She is there to help me to investigate the paranormal, but she is also there for other reasons as well, because she knows a lot of like protection spells and
Yeah.
prayers
Yeah.
that you can do when you're protecting yourself in that kind of environment. So
Yeah.
she does help out with that as well.
Yeah, because you've got bad witches and good witches, didn't you?
You have,
Is that
yeah,
right? Is that right? Yeah. So,
you do, yeah.
have you got anything on film about ghosts? Have you seen any? Have you got any evidence on film of ghosts?
Not so much as an apparition, where I haven't been lucky in getting an apparition yet, but we do have a lot of paranormal activity happen on our show, from bangs to orb to things like that, which you will get to see when it gets put on TV.
Mm. See, because you know when you use these is it what do you call them? The voice transmitters or whatever they're called,
Or depending which one you mean, you got
which you can
voice
pick up.
recorders, which is known as EVP, which is also electronic voice phenomena, and then
Like,
you got the PSB7, which you can also use for spirit communicating by spiritual voices and stuff like that. EVPs, all depends which one you mean.
a lot of people will say that's just kind of like outside influence,
Well,
like radio waves and stuff.
well, it can be, absolutely can be, but when you are using a PSB7, which is a spirit radio, or even a portal, which is a lot more advanced, and you are talking to them, asking out and asking questions, and some will say, "Oh, it's radio interference." Well, yeah, sometimes it could be, but when they actually say something that is relevant to the place you're investigating, or even where on the PSB7 or the portal, I'm sorry, but no radio would do that at all. No radio, and that is what amazes me.
Right. Okay. Um. Sorry about all these questions and stuff. What happens
No,
is,
that's what I'm here for.
yeah, that's okay. What I'm not trying to be horrible to you. It's my job. I'm trying to get things out of you. All right. So, this is it. Also, when you ghost hunters go to graveyards, which you do, don't
Graveyard,
you? Yeah,
I have done, yeah.
yeah. Not just you. There's lots of other people too. When you go there, are you really respecting the dead?
No, because at the end of the day, if you do it properly and you do it respectfully and you do it right without disrespecting the dead, then I do not see a problem with it. The only time I will go to a graveyard and I investigate it is if it has got claims of ghosts, which is why obviously I am there.
Yeah, yeah. Because I get I've got a few people here at the moment asking me questions, and we'll get through all that in a minute. If someone saying, go to graveyards, you should respect the dead. See, the trouble is with Scott is this, that Scott is a proper paranormal investigator. So he's not disturbing anybody.
No,
He's got respect.
no,
And when he goes there,
would I not at all.
and
No,
when he goes to the graveyard, what he does, he says, he shows respect,
yes,
right? That's what he does. So, let's leave the comments, please, okay? When you kind of like, when you go to the graveyards and stuff like that, and when you go to haunted properties, right? Do you find it really kind of like, not scary? Are you frightened for your own life?
if I said that I wasn't scared, then I'll be lying. But the difference between me and some people that runs away from it screaming,
Yeah,
I'm the complete opposite, the same as my team. We don't run away from it screaming, we run to it.
yeah, yeah. See, because let's get back to Most Haunted again. A certain female on there, when they see something happening on there, they scream and they run away from it. Why? Why do it? Why do the show?
Absolutely.
Why they do the show and they just run away from it?
You
You know
are
what I
there
mean?
to do a job, and that
Yeah,
is
of course they
to
do.
get it done.
Yeah,
And
of course they
when
do.
something, say, for argument, excuse me, argument sake, appears like an apparition or something like that, and then they run away from it, I think that is a little bit stupid because, yeah, occasionally you are gonna, so, I will add that in.
Mm,
But what we are here to do is not run away from it, and we are there to run to it.
yeah. Okay. And when you so how did you get onto this television program, man? How did you do it? What was the
I'm not going to say too much about that, but I will say this. I had friends in high places, and I was just very, very lucky.
right? Okay, okay, good,
But
good, good.
can I say just one more thing going back to our conversation before that? I would like to add a little bit more to that, if that's okay, Steve.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah, you carry on, mate.
When I do go hunting, whether it be a graveyard, whether it be a person's home, a ruin, a battlefield, I have the most utmost respect for the spirits that haunt in those places, and we do not, in a shadow of a doubt, annoy them at all.
Yeah, yeah. And I believe you, and I believe you. But I've watched loads of stuff on Facebook and there's some ghost hunters, right? They walk on the grave, say, it's it just kind of like blows me apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah,
do not agree with anything like that. In fact, we are so careful. We always walk down the paths. We don't go on the grave or anything along that line. We go where the paths are, and we literally stick to where the paths are because we have a lot of respect for graveyards and places like that.
have you ever been to Janie's house? Janie's old house?
I haven't, no.
No. Okay. Right. Okay. And when you do kind of like when you do all this, What's the worst place you ever been to then?
Most haunted place.
Yeah.
Well, I will say I've been to quite a few places in my time, but one of the most haunted places I would have to say is people homes.
Right.
Don't ask me why. I just have always believed that.
Okay. Okay. And with your shows, on you're doing your shows on Facebook at the moment, aren't you?
No, no, we're not Facebook Live or anything like that. We are TV very, very soon. We are due to go on in a couple of weeks or months' time. And I have also got a YouTube channel, but
Right.
that's being revamped at the moment. There's only 2 episodes on there at the
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah. I'll try to find information about you earlier, and I couldn't find very much. Um. So there you go. Do you have a website?
I do, yes, but it's an old one. I've got to re-update everything.
Oh, right. Okay. Don't worry about
Yeah,
that.
unfortunately.
Okay, that's fine. Um. What I think is that as a skeptic myself and about and ghosts and stuff. my ex-wife and I
Yeah.
was in bed once, and we were kind of like talking, and the bed actually lifted up and spun around slowly, right? And I thought to myself, oh yeah, something's going on here, something's, you, this is me, you know what I'm trying to say, yeah. And it was like spinning around, and actually, this is why I believe a little bit on it. I actually saw in the corner of this room, this bed sit room, an old, a Victorian lady dressed up, dressed up, and that scares me. That really scares me, right? I thought when I was split on the bed and the bed was lifting up, I just thought I was just having a dream. But when my wife told me about it, and when we woke up from that, it did actually happen. And I'm thinking, hang on for a sec, you know what I mean? So I do believe in some of it, but I don't believe in all of it.
At the end of the day, with the paranormal, you either believe in it or you don't. It
Yeah,
Each to their own. Everybody's
of
got
course
their
it is, yeah.
own free will to believe or not to believe.
Yeah,
And the same with going ghost hunting. We have our own free will if we want to do it or not.
yeah,
I love doing it. I know not a lot of people do like
yeah.
that sort of thing, but I do. I love it, and I'll always will. But yeah, I agree, mate. It's your own free will, whether you
Yeah.
believe or you don't.
See, I've done a lot of television. I don't know if you know a lot about me, but I've done TV, done film and stuff like that. And I've been in the media with my wife and stuff. And I've been asked a few times to actually be a guest on a TV show, a ghost show,
Yeah,
which I cannot mention, but they're on TV, and I've been offered to go on there because I'm a skeptic, and they wanted me to go on there for me to see things happening, see, and I thought to myself, no chance, no chance. And I look back on it now, and I'm thinking, I wish if somebody invited me to go onto a program, I would have jumped to it now, but not back then. You know what I mean? You know, if
yeah.
I, if I see a fly in the house or a spider, my wife would tell you, I'm gone. You
Funny
know?
you should say that. We, as believers, yes, we do believe very much, but we also use a method called debunking. Now, if for an argument's sake we're in a ruin and we think we've seen an orb fly past the camera and it happens to be a bug or something, we will say it's a bug and it's debunked. We
Yeah,
go by that for a reason. We're not doing it to debunk it, to disprove it. We're debunking it to prove it. Because you're not going to look around and say, "Oh, I've just seen an orb," and then it's a blatant bug, are you?
no. See, that's what I
That's
was
why
going to.
we use debunking on the show.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say to you. When you see all these orbs and everything else like that, it could be a bit of dust, or it could be like a fly or whatever you say. All right. So how would you know? How would you know? It looks
Well,
like an orb anyway.
we watch a lot of footage, obviously, before we put it on the TV.
Yeah,
And saying, for argument's sake, if we see an orb and we think it's an orb, we will examine that video or that clip 100%. We will go through that with a fine comb and saying, for argument's sake, you've got a insect, a bug, which is solid object and it flaps about like that, flaps about. It's a solid object, and you can see that on the video, on your footage, and an orb is transparent, and sometimes an orb can move as well in strange formation, and sometimes they can be big or small, and sometimes you can even see like faces in the orb sometimes, and
All right.
it is hard for somebody that doesn't understand it. But for somebody that like goes through a lot of footage like I do would understand that. We have to be absolute sure that we have got anything paranormal
Right. Right.
Now,
Yeah.
a bit funny there.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why, but there you go.
You understand what I was trying to explain then, Steve?
Yeah, I've got it. It's all right. Don't worry. Got it. Um. So, so what are you up to at the moment then? If you're not doing it on Facebook and you're waiting for it to be on TV, what are you doing at the moment then?
Well, I've got quite a few things lined up. I got obviously my TV show coming very soon, and I've also been setting up a radio show underneath the same name, but instead of obviously a TV show, it's going to be a radio show, and we're going to be talking about people, ghost experiences, the paranormal, everything like that, and how it's left them, what they you know think of the paranormal. Did they believe? Do they believe now? Do they not believe now? Did it scare them? Sort of thing, which I am really looking forward to starting up a
Okay.
new
Okay.
project of mine. What I'm doing very soon.
Right. Okay. What I want you to do, if it's
Yeah,
okay, we always what I want you to do is, if you can, for me, is come back like once a week, right, and ask viewers questions about the paranormal.
I can certainly.
I think we lost him again. Certainly be back. We've got Ghost here tonight,
Try.
right?
Nah,
Hello. Right. Okay.
went a bit funny again.
Yeah, that's right. Go on.
If I'm not busy with the show, because we are going to be going out very soon to film season 2, I've just found 20 new places I would like to investigate in the UK, and I've
Right.
just scored a pub location and also a seaside hotel location, which I'm very much looking forward to. And when I'm not doing that, yeah, of course I'd love to come
Yeah, I
back
want
on
you.
in
Yeah, I want you to
question.
come back. I want you to come back on, and we always do like a part two with everybody,
Yeah,
and everybody comes back on and get part two, and we want to and just come back and tell us how you're getting on. Probably answer some questions to people. I really enjoyed talking to you,
and you, my
uh,
friend, and you.
and uh, and I really kind of like appreciate you coming on, taking your
No
time.
problem. Thank you for having me.
That's fine. You're welcome anytime. And
Hopefully, hopefully I've answered your question.
you definitely
Okay.
have. You definitely have. And thank you very much for coming on. And you've been a really, really, really excellent guest tonight.
Thank
So
you.
thank you, Scott, and take care for now.
And you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye. Bye. That was Scott, everybody. And Scott is a paranormal investigator Do we? Do you believe in the paranormal? That's basically up to you. We all believe. We all got to believe in something, can't we? And at the end of the day, it's up to us what we believe in and what we don't. Anyway, thank you to Scott if he's still listening, and really good guest today. And hopefully I will see you. I'll be back tomorrow, I think. Yes, yeah, it is tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with some more guests and for the rest of the week. So, as I say to everybody, take care, good night, and see you on the next adventure. Bye bye.